Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our lecturers, the Badru Hisham. So today our group would like to present about framework of Malaysian Takaful industry, which it was our assignment that given by Sir Badrul. So this is our team members, which consists of Nur Syazwani Azia binti Syahidan, me myself Nur Afika binti Yusri, Nur Izzati binti Rosli, Alliance Jeffrey, and Ahmad Raziman bin Khairul Imran. So now I will pass to the next presenter, which is Nur Izzati, to continue for the presentation.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Izzati and I'm going to introduce about the background of the coffee industry in Malaysia. As we know here, the development of the coffee industry in Malaysia within the early 1918 was impressed by the prevailing desire of the Muslim public for a Sharia compliant. Compared to standard insurance, further on complement the operation of the Muslim bank that was established in 1983. So why the Takaful exists in Malaysia? It's because to easier participants contribute a sum of money into a common fund, which will be used to mutually assist the member against a defined loss or damage. Then, a Takaful operator is entrusted to manage the fund who run the operation commercially as a business venture for profit. Mostly the sources of income for the operator are from profit from investment, agency wakalah fee, share of investment profit of Takaful, and surplus of the Takaful fund. Next, dominate the insurance where prohibited type that may be void in Islamic Takaful contract because of the presence of the weather of Garar, Riba, and also Maisir. As we know here, the conventional insurance basically subject to government law. Meanwhile, for the Takaful, it's for Sharia law and also government law. It is because to Takaful plan holder and shareholder capital can only be invested in investment funds that are Sharia compliant. That's why the Takaful is must free from riba, garar, and maisir. Lastly, the following the recommendation of the task force, the Takaful Act was enacted in 1984, and also the initial Takaful operator was incorporated in Malaysia in November 1984. We note here that the history of the Takaful industry in Malaysia began on 25 October 1982, when a special task force was created to study the possibility of establishing Islamic insurance company in Malaysia. The study was undertaken based on the insurance and progress of existing insurance company in this country, as well as work visit to several countries that have already implemented Islamic insurance. The committee concluded that foremost, such company must operate within Sharia law. Okay, thank you. That's all from me. Now, I'm going to pass to Muhammad Raziman for the next slide.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Nurul Izzati. Now I would like to continue about framework of Malaysian Takaful industry. Okay, this is our key milestone. It's starting from 1982, which is special task force establishment to explore viability of setting up an Islamic insurance company. These are the movement in the key milestone process. Moved to 1984, the Takaful Act 1984 was gazetted. Moved to 1988, BNF commenced the supervision of the insurance and Takaful industry. In 1993, there is a MNR Takaful General Berhad Commerce Operation. In 1995, set up of Asian Takaful Group. In 1997, it's incorporation of Asian Takaful International in the Financial International of Star. There is an example. In move to 1998, MNI Takaful changed its name to Takaful National Sdn Berhad. Move to year 2000, STMB and Takaful National now it knows as Ethical Takaful jointly developed a code of ethics for the industry. In 2001, there is the establishment of IBFIM BNM launch of the financial sector master plan. In 2002, there is a few happen. Is one of that is Maybank Takaful, Maybank Takaful Berhad Commerce Operation. In move to 2003, Takaful Ikhlas Berhad Commerce Operation, and 2004 approval in principle granted to Commerce Asset Holdings Berhad to conduct Takaful business. In 2005 until 2007, there is the operational Takaful license such as Sun Life Malaysia Takaful Brand and others. In 2006, establishment of Malaysian International Financial Centre. In 2008 until 2010, establishment of 4 Takaful operations. One of that is ACR Takaful Berhad. Inter-Takaful Operation Agreement ITA was officially signed too. In 2009, there is a IFSB 8 issued on Takaful governance and IFSB 8 issued on Sharia governance principle. In 2010, IFSB 11 issued on solvency for Takaful. In 2011, BNM unveiled financial sector blueprint 2011 until 2020. There's another example. You guys, now it's 2012 enforcement of Takaful operational framework and the revised Sharia governance of framework. In 2013, the new Islamic Financial Services Act 2013 merger of AIA and VJ Takaful and ING Public Takaful Ihsan Berhad to be known as AIA Public Takaful Berhad. Moved to 2014, internal capital adequacy assessment for process for Takaful operators, enforcement of risk Takaful, enforcement of risk-based capital Takaful, and in 2020 move to our vision, which is the vision is sustainably profitable and growing Takaful industry in Malaysia. Okay. Now move to history of Takaful industry in Malaysia. Malaysia's Takaful industry began on 25 October 1982 when a special task force was formed to investigate the possibility of establishing Islamic insurance companies in the country. The committee came to the conclusion that such a business would first and foremost follow Sharia rules. Development of Takaful Malaysia industry, it has 4 phases. The phase 4 is until 1982 until 1992. We already studied during the chapter 6 in the class. Also moved to phase 2 until 1993 until 2000. There is a lot of process happen in phase 3 2011 until 2010, and moved to phase 4 2011 until 2020. Now I move to governance of Takaful. In section 54.1, the governor of BNM shall be Director General of Takaful. In section 8, the Director General shall be responsible for the registration and may not be made with conditions. Section 10, the Director General may impose conditions of registration on an operator who is already registered under the Act. Section 8, in bracket 5, before registration, the Director General must be satisfied that first, the aim and operations of the Takaful will not involve any element which is not approved by Sharia. Second, a provision for the establishment of Sharia advisory body to advise on the operations of its Takaful business. Next, I would like to share the Sharia governance of Takaful. In section 53A, a Takaful operator, agent, broker, or adjuster may seek the advice of the Sharia Advisory Council of BNM on Sharia matters relating Takaful business, and they shall comply with advice of the Sharia Advisory Council. Next, in section 11, it mentioned that the registration may be cancelled if the operator pursuing aims or carrying on operations involving any element which is not approved by Sharia. Okay, thank you. That's all from me. I would like to pass to the next presenter, Narsha Zani Azia. Thank you.
Next, I'm going to explain about the 5 differences between Takaful Act 1984 and Islamic Financial Act 2013. So first differences is the definition of Takaful on both Act. So based on Takaful Act 1984, which is Takaful was statutorily defined as a scheme primarily based on brotherhood, solidarity, and mutual assistance, which provide for mutual financial aid and assistance to the participant in case of need, whereby the participant mutually agree to make contribute for that purpose. And then based on IFSA 2013, defined Takaful as an arrangement supported mutual assistance under which is Takaful participant agree to contribute to a common fund, providing for mutual financial benefit payable to the Takaful participant or their beneficiary on the occurrence of pre-agreed events. So for information, IFSA 2013 came into fully force in June 30, 2013, and the new Act repeals the Takaful Act 1984. And also, IFSA 2013 have a big positive impact on the Islamic banking and finance industry in Malaysia, particularly their operation and business activity. And next point is single license Takaful business. For the Takaful Act 1984 allowed Takaful operators to carry on both businesses under the same company. But however, the IFSA 2013 decided that require a Takaful operator with a composite license to separate its family Takaful business from its general Takaful business. But their intention is for the regulator to expand the growth of general Takaful business and family Takaful business. And next point is proper claimant. So in the section 65(1) of the Takaful Act 1984 only mention that payment of Takaful benefit may be made to a proper claimant. A proper claimant is a person who claims to be entitled to the Takaful benefit as an executor of the dead person. However, the new definition of proper claimant under the new IFSA 2013 has included parental guardian of an incompetent assignee or who claim to be otherwise entitled to the Takaful benefit under the relevant law. They also add the new definition of proper claimant, which include an assignee as well. An assignee is a person who received the transfer of ownership initiated by the assigner during the contract. And next point is payment of Takaful benefit. So in Takaful Act 1984, the details of payment for Takaful benefit and Takaful operators have different practices in regulating the treatment of Takaful benefit, which is Takaful operator are not required to display the option available to the customer. So a Takaful participant who wishes to have his or her Takaful benefit paid to a determined nominees as a beneficiary may be executed from the form. And however, the manner payment of Takaful benefit has been changed truthfully detailed in the Schedule 10 of the IFSA 2013, as the Takaful operator are now statutorily required to permanently display the nomination form that the Takaful participant. However, it is not mandatory for the participant to choose the preferred option. And the last point is the inclusion of the beneficiary. And the Takaful Act 1984 seems to confine the receptions of Takaful benefit to the participant only, which is if the participant dies, then he or she will not receive the Takaful benefit, but his or her beneficiary will receive it. And also, in the same act, they loosely describe the payment of mutual financial aid to the participant in case of need, which is mean limited. However, the IFSA 2013 has overcome the situation by including the beneficiary of the Takaful participant as the recipient of the Takaful benefit upon the occurrence of the pre-agreed event. However, the IFSA 2013 made changes by stating that the case of need refer to the pre-agreed event as a mutual agreed in the Takaful certificate. I think that's all. Next presenter.
Thank you to Mr. Zoni. So now I will continue explain for the last part, which is conclusion part. Actually, there are many lessons that we learned through the completion of this project, but we just want to state two of them. So the first one is we can see that the beginning development of the Takaful industry in Malaysia in the early 1980s was inspired from the prevailing needs of the Muslims community in Malaysia, where they developed a Sharia-compliant alternative insurance rather than use the conventional insurance. Also, it as the complement to the operation of the Islamic Bank, which was established in 1983. Furthermore, the second lesson that we get is we can see that the reason behind of the development of the takaful industry in Malaysia was because of the decision which made by the Malaysian National Fatwa Committee, where they informed to the public that the current form of life insurance is a void contract due to the presence of the elements like gharar, which is uncertainty, riba, which is usury, and maisir, which is gambling. And all of these elements was prohibited in Islam, where it means it typically prohibited in Al-Quran and As-Sunnah. And all category of haram is the highest status of prohibition in Islam. So I think so far this is all from us. Thank you.